Yo, what's poppin' everybody? This is SaberWolf94. I'm finally gonna show you guys how I run Reshiram and Charizard GX in Standard. Really, this deck should be called Welder Toolbox because we aim to take advantage of many different fire Pokemon, not just Reshiram and Charizard GX. And the card that really makes the deck work is indeed this Welder supporter right here. This card allows you to attach up to 2 fire energies from your hand to one of your Pokemon, and if you do, you can draw 3 cards too. Now this is much superior in my opinion compared to Blacksmith, another similar card we had in the past, because with the card pool we have, it's just much easier to grab energies, far energies into the hand, attach them, and draw cards too. So it's not like you're just playing the supporter and not getting card advantage. So it's very good. It's the heart and soul of the deck. We aim to get this card as soon as possible. We build this deck based around this card, to be honest. And if you manage to use this almost every turn, take full advantage of it, you can keep powering up Pokemon and very quickly power up a big fire Pokemon and get one-hit knockouts. This is basically the premise of the deck. Alright, so for the attackers, as I've said, Reshiram and Charizard GX, it's really the main attacker, but it's not the only one. We have a bunch of different fire Pokemon for the situation. This guy is the biggest dude with 270 HP. It's very respectable for a Pokemon that's going to give 3 prizes. Flare Strike will be your main attack. Once we get 4 fire energies on this Pokemon, this guy's going to take care of almost anything in one hit with 230 damage. You can KO any Stage 1 GX Pokemon, any regular basic GX Pokemon, even some Stage 2 GX Pokemon like Gardevoir GX. And I mean, Sebatal is fire weak anyway, it's grass, so it doesn't matter. And for everything else, like some tag team GXs and stage 2 GXs, you can just slap a choice band and it's going to take care of them too. Like, so very few Pokemon are basically going to survive a Flare Strike attack. And we even have Double Blaze GX that we can do 300 damage if this guy has 6 energy on, 6 fire energies, and you can do 300 damage, KO absolutely anything, even Wailord and Magikarp GX, and ignore effects too. So this can go through Hooba, Alolan Ninetales, the Safeguard Pokemon. You guys get the idea. Outrage is also a very good cheap attack on a Pokemon like this. If anybody is foolish enough to damage Reshiram and Charizard GX and not KO it, we can easily blast them back with Outrage, do very high damage, starts at 30, gonna do 10 more. It just works wonders on a Pokemon with such high HP in the first place. So very good. This is going to be the dude that's going to take care of the biggest Pokemon, but it also has the highest risk given 3 prizes. A Pokemon like this Ho-Ho right here, Ho-Ho GX, can also take care of a lot of Pokemon in one hit. With Phoenix Burn and a Choice Band, we're at that 210. We can KO many of the Stage 1 GXs that are popular with 210 HP, no problems. And 190 HP is very good, basic GX. And it also gives me that varying weakness that I always like to have, being weak to lightning and having that fighting resistance. Very handy too. I suppose you can do Sacred Fire, just do 50 Snipe if you want to. It's not going to be very good, but maybe sometimes it can come up if you can take care of a small basic Pokemon on the bench before it evolves. You never know. The GX attack is we don't ever want to use this, but this is Ho-Ho GX too. It's like your second dude, your guy in the middle, you can say. Next up, we got the Moltres right here. I really like this Moltres from Team Up. This Pokemon can also do 180 damage for 4 energy, but it's only a 1 prize attacker. 120 HP. Once again, that lightning weakness, fighting resistance, giving us that good variety. And this Pokemon is also very good. You can use this Pokemon as a 1 prize attacker, minimize the risk, get another big KO if you put the Choice Band on. Doing 180 damage is very good. And Top Burner is actually a very good sneaky attack your opponent might not see coming. If they're close to decking out and you put a bunch of fire energies on this Pokemon, you can actually do this, use Top Burner and just deck them out. And you never know when this might be handy. A very good Pokemon, I really like it. And it's for the situations too that could come up. We've got the big guy, Reshiram and Charizard GX. We've got Ho-Ho, and we've got the small dude, the Moltres, that can also do 180 damage and has the least risk. So very, very nice. I also have my Entei GX right here. This guy is for Brave Burn GX. I would normally want to reserve the GX attack if I can. Get that snipe in. You never know when it can be handy. Otherwise, it's a decent fire Pokemon with Fire Fang and Combustion. Normally, you want to aim to get one-hit knockouts with this Pokemon, so you probably won't use this dude unless you can use Brave Burn GX, or maybe use this to hit for 120, take care of maybe some of the regular basic Pokemon. It's also a very nice Pokemon. I like running it. I like having the Brave Burn GX option. But to be honest, Double Blaze GX is also a very good attack, and many a times this is the GX attack we'll be using. Okay, for support, we actually have a lot of Pokemon for support in this deck that are necessary. The first one is going to be this Volcanion. Works basically wonders in a deck like this. They just made it to work with Reshiram and Charizard and Fire Pokemon. With Fire Starter, if you get to play second on your first turn, you can grab 3 Fire Energies from your deck with this attack and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. This is very good mass energy acceleration, and you're going to power up your dudes really quickly with this. Sometimes if you have slow starts and you're not really, maybe you didn't manage to make use of Welder, or you're not just there yet, this guy is going to be very good. Even if you just grab 1 Fire Energy with its attack, it's good little energy acceleration. You get it from the deck, not from the discard pile, so it's nice, speedy option. And if you have 4 Fire Energies in play, High Heat Blast is a solid attack. For 2 energies, you can do 110 damage, and this is good enough to take care of a lot of basic Pokemon, non-GX basic Pokemon with 110 HP. Can soften up a lot of Pokemon. It's just a very good fire Pokemon too. Very nice. I've got 2 of these guys here. Normally what you want to do is maybe you want to have at least 3, but since I don't, I have this kind of shittier, but it's not too bad, Moltres here from Lost Thunder with Assistant Heater. It can also give you a little bit of that fire energy acceleration early game. You can do damage to 1 for 30 and grab a fire energy from your hand attached to one of your Pokemon. It's not too bad. Most of the time we have many ways to have fire energies in the hand, so it should be pretty good. Fire Wing, just an average attack, 120 HP, weak to water this time. This is kind of a filler Pokemon. If you have more Volcanions, it's better to run an extra and drop this card. Or maybe you want to run an extra Reshiram and Charizard GX. 2 would be the better number. And then you remove something like this Furamasa. This Furamasa is in here because it's my free retreating Pokemon. So if I open with this guy and I get like a Nest Ball or have a way to get Volcanion on the bench, then I can essentially just switch, and it's like I got Volcanion in the active position in the first place, like I opened with this guy in the first place, and that's the point. But you know, if you do have more Volcanions, if you have more Reshirams, you can change the deck up a bit, of course. I wouldn't take out Ho-Ho, I think. I wouldn't take out Entei, and I like the Moltres too. But you know, that's just my opinion. Maybe you guys want to focus completely on Reshiram and Charizard GX. It wouldn't be bad. Okay, now we have a little Psychic Engine that is very crucial in this deck. For one, we have this Tapu Lele GX, which is going to get us any supporter, and that is very important. I have 2 of this guy in this deck, and we have the Oricorio 2, which is basically a Professor's Letter. As soon as I play this Pokemon down, I can grab 2 energies. Now, most people would run Fiery Flint, a card that discards 2 cards from your hand, and then you can grab up to 4 fire energies. But I really like running this dude more. It's more efficient. I don't have to discard a lot of cards, and I can just grab 2. So it doesn't have to be overkill. And we can use the Mysterious Treasure, of course, if I can find it. There it is. And search it instantly. So it's very useful. It's kind of like that sort of a supporter debate in the EX era. You run the Holland engine supporters, even though they're kind of weaker. You have the Holland Transceiver to add them instantly to your hand. So it's all about consistency. It's very important to have almost unlimited access to Tapu Lele GX at any time of the game. And since there's Oricorio is very good as well, you know, maxing out the Mysterious Treasures, you want to see your Lele to get those Welders, get those Kiawes. I'll touch on them later. So it's all about consistency. So between the two Leles, the 4 Mysterious Treasures, you know, and the Oricorios too, You know, I should have access to these two psychic Pokemon most of the game. Like, it's gonna be very likely for me to open. It's like you have six cards of each, with the Mysterious Treasures and Lele. And also, I mean, you know, you can run Fire Flint, but it's all about that consistency. Get two energies, you know, good enough, and make your plays. So this is how I run the deck. Now this is very important. Tapu Lele GX is very important because of Kiawe. I guess I'm going to touch on this guy. So we run two Kiawe in this deck. Now this supporter is kind of mixed. I mean, I don't have mixed feelings about it, but it's hit or miss. It's the best play you can make if you play first. You want to get this guy, it's your best play. Instantly get 4 fire energies, set up a Pokemon. You're not going to attack anyway, so it's maximum value. But then if you play second and, you know, as the game progresses, this guy's kind of bad. You don't want to sacrifice your turns and use this guy to get energies. You want to be attacking. In a few situations, maybe the game is going kind of slow and you can afford to use this guy. But most of the time, you want to be using Welder, getting the far energies and having the option to still attack. However, because the play of turn 1 Kiawe is too good to pass up, this is why we run 2. With 2 of this guy, I just have a good enough number to see it. Remember, we have Tapu Lele GX, we have the Mysterious Treasures. If one of them is prized, I have another one, so 2 is a great number. But you don't have too many. Like, if you run a maximum amount of these, like 3 or 4, then you have a lot of dead supporters, because this guy, remember, you only really want to use it turn 1. After that, it's kind of, you don't want to use it. You probably don't want to use it. But because it's too good to pass up, if you get to play first, we still run 2. So this is why Tapu Lele GX is important. If you play first, you're more than likely going to see maybe Lele, maybe a treasure, and you can get that Kiawe, make that Kiawe play turn 1. So yeah, this is all about either if you play first or second, you do the right play at the right time. Grab the right thing at the right time and make the play at the right time. We also have the Pokegear too. This is another card that's going to help me dig, help you get those Kiawes, those Welders you want to be using every turn. Very good. Okay, so I'm jumping all over the place here, but this is basically how the deck runs. If you play first, you want to use Kiawe, instantly power up your big guys. I mean, 4 energies, you instantly power up Ho-Ho, Reshiram, Charizard, Moltres, standard. And if you play second, you would want to take advantage of Volcanion, get those far energies through the attack. You want to take advantage of Welder, of course. You want to take advantage of the Energy Spinner. Where is it? This card is basically Energy Search, but if you play second on your first turn, you can grab 3 basic energies from your deck. So this is even better than Professor's Letter. So that's another way you add far energies into the hand and fuel your Welder and discard energies with Heat Factory too. A lot of good shit. This is basically how the deck plays. Okay, so a few other general cards. I run my 2 Field Blowers standard tech. If you want to run 1, it's not bad. I like running 2. I already touched upon the Mysterious Treasures. Get those, your Psychic Pokemon. We got triple Nest Ball because you do want to get your basic Pokemon, your main attackers, immediately. You want to have them out. You don't want to have a Kiawe and no Reshiram or Ho-Ho to power up. You know, that kind of shit. And I already touched on the Pokegears. I run 3 of these. Increase your chances of getting the supporters you want. Welder really is the supporter you want. And maybe if you're going kind of slow, you need some other cards, you want to use Cynthia and shit. 1 Stretcher. Get any Pokemon back in hand or shuffle a few in the deck. Very nice. Double Switch. This is important. We have a bunch of big retreating guys here, so double switch is good. Very handy card. Stadiums, Heat Factory is pretty much self-explanatory. It's an excellent card. Also helping you dig for the Welders, helping you dig for Kiawe if you play first and you see this. Just letting you draw cards is an excellent card. And then for all the discarding we do, if we want to get some shit back, Far Crystal is your card. Get 3 far energies from the disco pile and put them into your hand. Very good. So 2 of these to get back a few far energies if I burn too much fuel. You never know. Maybe you discard Uh, if your Pokemon dies, you know, they're usually going to have a lot of energies. You want to get them back. If you use Heat Factory a bunch of times, you know, you want to have your Fire Crystal just in case. And then the last item is our tools. We run 2 Choice Band. I would want to run more, but it's not necessary. 2 is a good enough number. You want to use this when you want to get those KOs you can't normally get. Like, for example, Reshiram can still get one-hit knockouts on just about anything. Ho-Ho, 180 is still very respectable. You want to slap this on when your opponent least expects it. Make that Ho-Ho hit for 210. Make that Reshiram be able to KO things like Zekrom Pikachu GX, Gengar if anyone's playing it, and other GX Pokemon, perhaps Snorlax. Yeah. And for the rest of the supporters, like I've said, Welder, you gotta play 4. You're basically digging for this card every turn, so you can keep attaching energies and keep being fast. That's what it's all about in this deck. Your attackers have high energy costs. You don't have anything like Ember or like a patch, Dark Patch or Aqua Patch or something for fire. You really just want to take full advantage of Welder every turn. And if you play first Kiawe. We still have that Lily because it's good turn 1. Maybe if, no matter what, you can't get a Welder or Kiawe. This is pretty good still. Just a nice draw until you have 6 supporter anyway. Then 2 Cynthia, really good as well. And then we got the Titaniza, also not bad. Shuffle, draw 5, and it's also another switching outlet. If you want to go triple Cynthia, it's up to you. But yeah, as you guys can see, the supporters that will normally be maxed out like Cynthia are kind of cut back a little bit because really you want to be using Welder every turn. Every turn, this is your main supporter. Just straight draw. You don't want to shuffle and draw. Just grab all your energies in hand. Use Welder. Just keep drawing that way. Straight draw deck. Okay. And I actually didn't touch on Ultra of the Sun. This is our second stadium. This is going to be used to eliminate your fire weakness, so that's very handy. And a counter stadium, why not? And Guzma, 1 Guzma wins you the games. If you want to run more, if you have the space, go for it. But I'm all about consistency. I don't want to take out anything, any other card. So just one of this guy. Also a switching outlet. And the last thing, it's basically just the fire energies, really. 13 fire energies. You want a lot because you always want to take full advantage of your Welder. Attach 2 fire energies every turn if you can. And have enough for Kiawe, have enough for your dudes. Just very nice. This is an all basic Pokemon deck, so just 12 Pokemon. We have a little bit of space, so 13 fire energies, why not? Okay, this is the deck, guys. This is how I run the deck. I know a lot of people might not really dig the Orikori engine. We just want to use something like Fiery Flint. But trust me, it works. I'm going to show you guys the matches. Like I've said, if you want to drop, if you have more Volcanions and Reshirams, the best thing you can drop is definitely this Moltres, the first thing for you to drop. And then maybe you want to drop Furamasa for the 3rd Volcanion, or another Reshiram and Charizard. But yes, this is the deck. I think I rambled pretty crazily all over the place. I had a structure, but yeah, this deck, I just really want to give you guys exactly how it works. Because this is a very competitive deck. There's many ways to run it, but at the same time, you really need a great list, and you really need to know what you're doing. If you're missing a beat with this deck, it's very, very detrimental to you, because you want to take full advantage of Welder and Kiawe. Otherwise, your attackers just won't have enough energies to attack. Alright, this is the deck. I'm going to show you guys matches as always. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck video. Hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with your friends. I've been SaberWolf94, and I'll see you guys next time. We'll say...